Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to lesson 12 of 40. It's 29 days to my 40th, and I have been sharing lessons from my personal experiences and from others as well. If you'd like to give the rest of it a listen, that will be fine. But welcome to today's lesson, which is lesson 12. And lesson 12 is: there's a cost to circumventing one's process. It comes at a cost to circumvent your process. I know that word process, it can feel heavy. It sounds like delay, sounds like waiting or being stuck. But hear me out. Your process is not punishment. It's preparation. And it's not God withholding good from you. It's Him, building you up or building something greater within you. Scripture says in James 1:4, let patience finish its work, so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. So let the work be complete. Let patience do her work in you. I know we don't like it, we really don't like to wait. Sometimes we want the outcome without the in-betweens. We want the results without the resistance. Some people even want the platform without the pruning. But here's the truth. If you shortcut the process, you will shortchange the promise, and we want none of that. And here's something else that I've learned about this. The fact that you've been at a place or on a level for a long time doesn't automatically qualify you for the next level. Time passing isn't preparation. Actively preparing while the time passes is actually the process. All right. And I've learned certain things the hard way. So take it from me. When you're waiting, you want to wait wide awake. You don't want time to just keep passing. You want to be alert when you're waking, when you're waiting. So when people hear the word patience, they kind of think patience is just dawdling around or just lying around and waiting on something to happen. That's not. Patience is actually active. It's actively painting a picture of where you want to go. So you want that process to be complete. So don't just let time pass. Be open to your process, whether or not it's glamorous. And here's another thing that I know, that the process is not always painful. Yeah, I know we always like to think it's always that way. It really isn't always painful. But it will demand certain things from us. That's just the honest truth. So your process might not go like the next person's. Let me tell you a short story about myself. So I remember moving into a new country, setting up shop, I registered my business, taking up a job. And, my story is kind of different when I heard someone else's story. I realized that mine was a breeze, even though I had to go through my process. But my process was definitely a lot better than theirs. But whether it's my process or theirs, the objective is to know what our process is and to be yielded to it. All right? So there's protection in process, there's shaping in silence, there is strengthening in your stretching. It's not always a waste. All right? Process is ongoing. This is another thing that I learned about process, is that it's ongoing. Sometimes it will present itself as preparation, just a time of preparing, where you feel like maybe you might be in the backside of the desert. And other times it will present itself as preparing and executing at the same time. So where you feel like, yes, you're still growing, you're still going through the process of maturing, of refining yourself, of growing in excellence in the way that you deliver whatever it is that you're delivering. But you're also required to keep showing up and keep delivering, if that makes sense. So how yours presents itself, let me encourage you to stick with it. Just wrapping this up real quick, let me share with you three truths about process. Number one, the process builds the person. In your time of waiting, you are being built. Before God gives you the weight of the blessing, of the promise, of your desires, He strengthens your character to carry it. He loves you that much. Number two, the process reveals what you're made of, what your stuff is made of, right? Challenges uncover what's hidden, both the weakness that requires to be refined and the strength in you that you didn't even know that you had. That's why process matters. It will reveal the stuff you're made of. And finally, skipping the process creates a fragile success. What that means is you may reach your goal faster, but if the foundation is shaky, it won't last. And what we want to do is last and not just shine, all right? So friends, I know waiting is hard. Being processed most times feel painful. But let me encourage you, the cocoon isn't a delay, it's a design. You're not behind, you're not forgotten, you're being formed. So today, breathe. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20 and let patience finish its work in you. Because when you finally step into that thing that God's promised, the thing that you desire, the thing that you're pursuing, it won't be rushed, it won't be forced, it will not be a counterfeit. It will be real, it will be rooted and ready. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If this helped you or resonated with you in any way, go ahead and give it a like if you haven't already. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you to my returning subscribers. Thank you for engaging with the content. I really do appreciate it. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Please give this a share it to somebody, be a blessing, put it on your statuses if you can, so that more people can reach this and see this and be blessed by it. All right, until I come your way again tomorrow with lesson 13, enjoy the rest of your day or night, whatever time it is that you're listening to this. Bye for now.